Good day, everyone. Today we are going to talk about how the Philippine government and the Article VII of the 1987 Philippine Constitution on the executive department. So let's start. So, the Philippine government. The government itself is perhaps the best example of a formal political institution. Philippine government operates through its three branches: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. The government is necessary because it maintains law and order. Laws are necessary for society to function. Life in a society without laws would be unsafe and unpredictable. So the Philippines have mainly three branches, which I said earlier: the executive, the judicial, and the legislative. Those three branches are very important to the Philippines because it makes sure that laws are being enforced to the country, and it helps us, the people, to be, and the country as well, to be democratic because we are a democratic country. In an ordered society like the Philippines, political institutions are established to serve different purposes. These institutions are the organizations in a government that create, enforces, apply, and interpret laws. So here are some of the political institutions. First, we have the political parties. Political parties are the organized groups of people having the same ideology or who otherwise have the same political positions and who field candidates for elections in an attempt to get them elected and thereby implement their agenda. So, for example, you and other politicians have the same ideology, so you're gonna make one party list with the same agenda, with the same ideology, and you're going to implement it if you are elected, if you are chosen by the people. So next is we have the party list system. Party list system is any system of proportional representation in which voters choose among parties rather than among candidates. Votes are awarded to parties in proportion to the votes they receive. A party list system can help create a healthy democratic, providing citizens voice in Congress and in local government. So originally, the Philippine party list system was enacted to increase the representation from labor, peasant, urban poor, indigenous cultural communities, women, youth, and such other sectors, particularly the marginalized and underrepresented sectors. So when we say marginalized, those are the people or communities that are less important in the society. So they are focusing on the marginalized sectors to be their voice. So next is we have the trade union. The trade union are organized associations of workers in a trade, group of trades, or profession formed to protect and further their rights and interests. Among these are the labor unions such as the Federation of Free Workers or the FFW, Kilusang Mayo Uno or KMU, Sentro ng mga Nagkakaisa at Progresibong Manggagawa or the Centro, and the Trade Union Congress of the Philippines or the TUCP. So particularly the trade union is focusing on group of workers and they are protecting their rights. So the trade union are protecting laborers' rights. And lastly, we have the local government units are the political subdivisions like the barangays, towns, municipalities, cities, and provinces that are responsible for providing direct and services to the people and ensuring peace and order within the community. So the local government units, as we all heard it specifically focuses on the barangays, the towns, cities, provinces, and which they provide the basic services and also to keep peace and order in that specific community. Now let's move on to the number 4, which is the Article VII of the 1987 Philippine Constitution on the executive department. So the executive branch carries out and enforces laws. It includes the president, the vice president, the cabinet, the executive department, the independent agencies, and other boards, commissions, and committees. So, the key role of the executive branch includes the president leads the country. He or she is the head of the state, the leader of the national government, or the commander in chief of all armed forces of the Philippines. Now, the vice president supports the president. If the president is unable to serve, the vice president becomes the president. Next, the department secretaries, undersecretaries, regional directors, bureau chiefs, ambassadors, consuls, navy, army, and police chiefs, among others, play respective roles essential to the delivery of governmental services. To promote literacy or numeracy is the role of the Secretary of Education. To advance foreign relations is the role of the Foreign Affairs Secretary, or to ensure territorial sovereignty of the country is the role of the Department of National Defense. So to sum up what I've said, so the president is the head of the state, the head of our country, the leader of the national government, and is the commander-in-chief of all armed forces. Next, the vice president is the one who supports the president, and if the president is unable to serve our country, particularly the vice president takes the turn. Next is the cabinet and the departments, secretaries and officials with specific duties, so they have their own roles or duties. Next, we have the other agencies and commissions. They assist on implementing services and programs, so they are the ones responsible for those kind of things. Now, the Secretary of Education, they improve the schools, literacy, and numeracy, so they focus on that. That's their duties. Next is the Secretary of Foreign Affairs. It manages the international relations. Next is we have the Secretary of the National Defense. It protects our country's security and sovereignty. So, to sum up everything, the executive department, led by the president and vice president, is responsible for carrying out laws and making sure that the government serves the people. With the help of political institutions, departments, and agencies, it works to keep order, protect the nation, and improve the lives of Filipinos. So all those departments or everything that I've said, they should work together in order to keep our country at peace and free. So that's all for my topic. Thank you very much, and goodbye.